to be here. And regarding to this question, will traditional energy not die, or when it dies? So it's a very hard question, and to answer it, I wanted to show you something. Look, these guys look like they are supposed to die. I think they are feeling pretty good right now, so and very good in the end on this talking that now. In this moment they are not dying, and what we call and treat as a traditional energy, so gas, oil and coal, it will be using as a fuel for energy sector in the upcoming years. But what is the perspective and how it's gonna be, and is our treatment and the definition of traditional energy is correct? What we see, is it really something new, or we also should change our treatment and our definition of what we treat as a traditional source of energy? So what is to see what is the total influence of the traditional sources, gas, oil fuels and renewables? We see that the total share of the renewable energy is significantly growing from last year, and the trend of the fossil fuels is decreasing. Especially oil, natural gas is decreasing, but we all know that the peak is just in front of us. And also about the topic about the traditional energy, we should focus on the particular part, because we cannot think and talk about the traditional sources that they will die in every place in the same moment. No, because in Africa, in Asia, using the fossil fuels will probably will take a lot much longer than in Europe. But in Europe, what we are now facing is our global climate policy, which shows us that we have to be completely zero emission and no carbon emission till 2050. These goals are very optimistic, especially right now, and we have to face with it, and we have to achieve it somehow. To show, because I'm from oil company, so I wanted to show what is the trend for the oil using in the sector. We see that the oil production in the gas sector, and gasoline and diesel, will be decreasing in the coming years, especially for the automotive industry, because we have our previous speaker said that the total share of electrical vehicles, etc., is increasing year by year. So probably the using of traditional vehicle will be decreasing to 2050. And for us as oil sector is a big challenge, because we need to adapt and we need to face this problem and to still end operating in this sector. So as we see that global crude oil demand is just before the peak will come probably in the upcoming 5 to 10 years, and then this demand and this use will be decreasing. We are completely noticed, and we are thinking that we are prepared. About the total global crude oil, as I said, we think that the old companies are preparing for what will happen, and to find new ways, new technologies to become more CO2 non-emission, to decrease these emissions, but stay operating on this market. What will be the crude oil using for? As we see, first of all, we will be thinking about the increasing petrochemical industry, and it will be the future. Also, aviation, maritime chemicals production, definitely it will be the crude oil and the natural fuel, fossil fuels will be using for this sector. Not staying with this, because it's the same that this will be decreasing, so this total share of this products will be decreasing. But what we see right now, that yes, as our previous speaker said, that the total share of the vehicles, hybrid vehicles will be decreasing, but not all. We are thinking that the heavy industry, heavy vehicles will, for instance, for now, will be staying in the diesel fuel, because it's not possible to easily change. The electrical vehicles are good for towns, not for a long distance, and this is very important. We are thinking about the hydrogen, of course. Hydrogen is not find the proper technologies, we will stay what we know because it's a measure of our safety and our security. To show and to not only talking about the oil, I have to show that what is the current energy mix and what is the perspective. I used to try to find the proper slides that will show that, of course, what we are thinking that it will then probably then for electricity sources, the offshore renewables will be growing, and what we are using for fossil fuels, especially in Western Europe, will be significantly decreased. I'm not talking about the nuclear power plant because what we are now for on this market is doing is quite unusual because especially in Germany, in Western Europe, we thought that 2 years ago that they will close this and use more gas. Now we know it's impossible, and so this existing of the nuclear power plants will be much lower. Also, we are also thinking about the new technology like SMRs, which we think that it will be a very good way to achieve goals for zero emission market. To show that what we in our forecast and what we know the market, which we know previously, is changed rapidly in one day. After the Russian aggression to Ukraine, we faced the problem how to achieve our goals, how to adapt to new reality, how to stay on this market without using the fossil fuel production. As ORLEN Lietuva, we are the first in our group, the refinery, which completely not refinery or any Russian progress since March this year. So we are thinking that we are a good example that we can do this, and we can set the direction for others. That yes, the replacement of Russian fossil fuels is proper way, and it's maybe not too easy, but it's we can do. We and the other countries can do it. But to show that what was the really influence of the Russian sources of energy in Europe, it was very, very big. Gas 74%, crude oil 49%, coal 32%. Unfortunately, to Poland, the influence of coal to Poland from Russia was very, very big. So now in Poland there are some problems with coal, but we will manage. So this new reality shows that we have to stay with our main goals to be completely non-emission until 2050, but we need to adopt, as our previous speaker said, we need to adopt to new reality. It's very important because it's not easy to switch off the plug and say, okay, from now we are talking on only renewable sources. It's impossible because it, especially in the not very well industries, the economies, it's not easy way. We know that we have to speed up and we need to improve our sources of energy, but still we not can to do this one day by day. Also, to show the forecast, how the forecast of using the fossil fuel and the traditional sources is changing is, I wanted to show that on the perspective for 4 years. Probably the next year this slide will be completely different, but it shows that in 2017 the peak for the fossil fuels was in a completely different place than right now. We are thinking, we thought that the coal peak we are just in front of the coal peak. Now we see that we are not. We are the after. Oil peak, change, and also gas peak, especially gas. I think that the most pressure in Europe will be on the gas sector because the most of gas was from Russia. But we are thinking that yes, we are adjusting probably this, and we will probably speed up this transition and transformation. But it's not showing and it's not talking that this we completely abandon these sources of energy. As our company, as ORLEN, we are thinking we are completely up to these goals. We are going in a process of transformation. Our main strategy is that we will totally increase and we are going to be completely non-emission until 2050. So we have to achieve these goals somehow. How to do this? Of course, about introducing the new green sources of energy. So it's important that in 2030, in ORLEN Lietuva, we want to install the total capacity of about 17 megawatts of total green sources. I'm not talking about the offshore wind because it's a different part. And after this, we wanted to thinking about new sources, which will help us to achieve and produce other sources of energy, which will be completely we will debate and show the completely energy transformation. So about our common projects, right now we are thinking about to install the 50 megawatts wind farm close to the refinery, also about to install the solar farm, and also we are thinking with our group ORLEN to we are thinking about to join to also Lithuanian park, Lithuanian offshore wind park. As we know that in the coming 2 years will be 2 auctions for a total amount of 1.4 gigawatts of green energy. And we know that is the source and we have to do this, and then we will be thinking about to install and to utilize this energy because it will help to achieve our goal. We are completely up to these new sources of energy will help us to survive and to produce the new sources. So this transformation does not mean that our sector, our industry is dying. No, it's thinking that about that we have to adopt linearity to new sources and to produce new sources of energy and new fuels, etc. So, as I said before, it's all about the traditional energy, not all about this transformation of energy. Is to thinking about this. It's not only like this that we will easily switch off the plug and we will, from the next day, we will be completely non-emission and working on the renewable sources. No, because we have to know that the renewable sources is one part, but for now, the fossil fuels are our backup. What we see now in the energy sector, without these fossil fuels, our energy and our industry will completely collapse. So we have to somehow use these fuels for the upgrade, but we need to think about new technologies like CCS, so carbon capture storage, to reduce our emission and to use these fossil fuels to use and adopt and to use these fossil fuels for new production, new sources of energy. Also, what we are thinking about, maybe not our level, industrial level, but also on the governmental level, we should focus on the wasting energy and low energy efficiency. What we see that we lost a lot of energy. We should increase this to save this energy and to make our economy more profitable and more safety on the other trees like cutting supplies from other countries. Green economy and traditional this transformation of energy is the way to secure our needs, our demand, and our own industries, not only in Lithuania, not only Latvia, not only Estonia, but in all this sector. Because we cannot treat this only in this country one by one. We should treat this as a one joint market, one joint economy, and use and utilize this energy to produce and to provide to other countries. Because only in this way we can do this profitably in the proper way. So just to sum up this my presentation, I wanted to show for now it's not like this that traditional sources of energy and fossil fuels will die. Completely not. It's a wrong approach because it won't. It won't because it's not so easy. It's very costly and we strictly cannot afford for it. But what we have to do right now, we have to find a proper and healthy balance between what we know as the fossil fuels and the new sources of energy, and then to thinking about the technologies which help us to fulfill the goals of the European Union, our domestic country, domestic goals, and to produce and using the and be very profitable and also good acceptable for the society, because society won't accept the high prices of energy, society won't accept the very high prices of the gasoline. So as previous speaker said about the hydrogen, also we need to produce the hydrogen, we need the stable and cheap price of energy. We cannot provide any new technologies without predictable stable energy. That's why we are investing on resources, because we strongly believe that it will help us and it will let us to improve and develop our business. And what I think is it true that this green energy resources is quite a giant boost for the green economy and the traditional energy sector transition. Thank you for your attention.